What's going on, PBL fans? It's Jacob, the coach of the Ecruteak City Stantlers, and welcome to Week 4 of Season 2 of the PBL. This week we're playing against Casey, the coach of the Seafoam Island Squirtle Squad, longest name in the league, and we had a pretty wacky strat, but let's just get right down to it. So we definitely were trying to make a specific Pokemon be pretty impactful this week because of a long-running joke going on. And we're going to lead off with 10,000 gigs, trying to make this happen. So we do lead off with Aerodactyl here against Yas Queen, the Nidoqueen. Now, a big thing for me is that I needed to run this Aerodactyl as a dedicated suicide lead for the real memeage here. So I kind of expected him to go for Stealth Rocks. I don't know why, but I decided to kind of protect myself from that by going with a Taunt instead. As you can see, the Type Null comes in and takes that, so it is whatever. No big dealio. It is what it is. So we get our Stealth Rocks down immediately after that. I'm like, whatever he's going to do, I've got a Focus Sash, so I'm not going to die. He goes for a U-turn here, and we take a little bit of damage, so, you know, whatever. We did quad resist that, I believe. And it does pop our Sash, though, so that's unfortunate. He goes into this Nidoqueen, and I'm like, alright, so clearly this thing must have Ice Beam or some kind of move to deal with me now that he knows I'm not Mega. So I'm just going to go for the Tailwind here to boost the speed for the next Pokemon, and then he's going to go for the Ice Beam, which is going to take out the Aerodactyl. Quite unfortunate indeed. But again, it was a planned move, because now we get to bring in the GOAT of the team.
Hey, you know what time it is? Protein time! Protein time!
So as you can see, we've got our Machamp Jay chilling in here, and he is ready to go. He pops off a Focus Energy with the speed boost from Tailwind. Now he's at +2 crit, and he takes the Sludge Wave pretty well here. As you can see, bada bing, bada blam, he's alive. Beautiful. After that, we're going to throw off an Earthquake. Now this one was a 50-50 roll on the critical hit. Could have gone either way. Luckily, as you can see, the crit is going to be able to take out the Nidoqueen. And a big thing to note here in this match is that he kind of had 3 special attackers and 3 physical attackers. Special attacker number 2 comes out, Sneaky Snack, and I'm like, alright, it's time to go. We outspeed because of the Tailwind, and we go for the Cross Chop, and bada bing, bada boom, another one goes down. That was 100% crit, so there was no luck involved on that one. Tailwind peters out, and out comes Lola Bunny, physical attacker, and I'm like, alright, so a Fake Out is definitely going to be coming my way, or maybe a High Jump Kick, I don't know. Either way, I got to switch out to try to preserve the good old man. Protein time. So we switch out to Pumpkin, expecting some kind of hit. I don't really know what was going to happen, but either way. We get the first on the Lopunite. That's no surprise. Who runs Lopunny without a Mega Stone, right? Right. So as you can see, the Mega comes through, and he's going to go for that beautiful little Fake Out. And that is going to do pretty good damage because he got a crit on me. But yeah, at this point, you know, he's down to 3 physical attackers and 1 special attacker. So that's kind of, just keep that in mind for the turns up ahead. So he brings in Kawaii 5-0 the Mew, probably expecting the fact that I was going to go for Will-O-Wisp, which I did do. Now, I don't know if he was planning on getting the burn so he could synchronize the burn onto me, or if that was just an afterthought of like, oh, hey, look at that, this is also going to happen. Either way, well played from Casey on that one, because that was actually pretty solid. So, from there, we are burned. He's burned too, though, so there is a timer unless he has some regeneration. We switch out and we bring in Empoleon. Dr. Drizzle, welcome back to the Stantlers, by the way, my man. He goes for Nasty Plot, and I'm like, oh boy, this could get real sketchy real fast if we're not careful here. So we gotta take our we gotta take our time with this one. So I know that a lot of Mews run Fire Blast, so I kind of expected him to go for that one, and as you can see, it does a little bit over half, which is unfortunate for me, but that's alright. We go for knockoff and it does some pretty solid damage. Now, I didn't get an item to get knocked off, so I kind of assumed that he had a Z Crystal. So I was kind of expecting him to try to hit me with a Z move out of nowhere. So I decided to go for Protect, just in case, give me some protection here. I don't really know why he didn't, but either way, he goes for Fire Blast, and we're fine. We take it just fine. We get a little bit of regeneration, which is good, because it means we should be able to live now. And that's that. He goes for another Fire Blast, and I'm like, oh boy, we can take this, kind of, maybe. We take it, and we go for Knockoff, and as you can see, leaves Mew pretty low. Now here my mentality was, he might have soft-boiled / recover, and this is his last special attacker. So I need to go for a knockoff here, because if I go for protect while he goes for recover, I'm in a world of hurt. So I decided to go for the trade here. You know, if he goes for recover, I get a knockoff to get some damage back on. But if he goes for damage, then I'll lose Empoleon, but then he'll lose the Mew. So it was just kind of how that one went down. Either way, we got the knockout, so we'll take it. And now he's out of special attackers. Now he's just down to physical attackers, which kind of just means that Pumpkin can kind of just sit here and do whatever he wants. So we have Pumpkin come back in. The burn is obvious, and I don't think that he wants his Lopunny to take that. He does go for the fake out for the first move just to get some free damage off. You know, that's totally fine. He can pretty much do that with impunity here. But yeah, after this, he's going to be swapping out and going into his type Null. Now, this was a real interesting part of the match. I don't really know why this is how it went down, but it is. We went for the Will-O-Wisp here, and we got that off just fine. And now type Null is burned. So one of his 3 physical attackers left is burned. So that's pretty good for me. And from this point on, I'm kind of just thinking like, alright, I'm going to just sit here and like stall him out with Pumpkin and do whatever I can. So I go for a Synthesis because I'm like, I don't know what the heck he's going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and heal up and see what his plan is. And so he goes for a Swords Dance, and I'm like, alright, you're burned though, so your attack's gonna be cut in half after all of this boosting, but you know, whatever, you're a +2. That's fine. Like, we can handle it. We can handle you being a +2, it's no big issue. We go for a Flamethrower here. We do get some solid damage off, as you can see. And by solid, I mean nothing at all. He goes for Swords Dance again, and I'm like, alright buddy, now you're a +4. You gotta chill out a little bit. Just calm down a little. My knockoff user was already knocked out, and Empoleon was gone, so I couldn't bring him in to get rid of this Eviolite or anything like that. And I'm like, okay, well, might as well just keep going for Flamethrowers, because I'm burned, so my Seed Bomb's not going to do anything anyway. He goes for another Swords Dance, and he's at +6 now. And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get a little bit worried about this type Null. He's +6. I haven't seen how much damage he can do yet, but he is at actually +6, so that's a thing. If he had Rest on this, I would have been in pain. I don't know if I would have. I don't know how it would have changed the battle, but it definitely would have changed something. He goes for Shadow Claw here, and as you can see, does a pretty good amount of damage. Now that was with a critical hit, so you know, take that for what it was. Either way, we do live it, not too comfortably, but we do anyway. And from here, I'm kind of thinking like, okay, if he has Rest, he's going to use it. And I don't know if he does, so I'm going to have to try to capitalize on those sleep turns. So instead we're just going to try to Synthesis, stall him out, while we wait for him to go for a Rest. And then if/when he does, we'll go for the, we'll like switch out and try to take him out while he's sleeping. It might have been a Rest Talk set. Either way, that was our best opportunity, so that's what we had to go for. So, like I said, here we're literally just waiting for him to go for the Rest, because that's like the most popular set, I guess. So we're just kind of healing up, soaking up these hits, waiting for him to do the thing. He goes for a Shadow Claw here, and we take it again. And basically, if he gets a crit, he does a little bit over half. If he doesn't crit, he does a little bit less than half. It's really not the biggest issue in the world. A lot of in-between stuff happening on turns. So he's starting to get a little low, and I'm like, alright, you know, it might be worth thinking about going for an offensive attack, but I just really didn't want to risk him, like, taking out Pumpkin, then getting a Rest off, or some crazy combination of the two. So I'm like, alright, we're just going to keep on Synthesis healing up. It's pretty simple right here what's going on. We're just waiting for him to rest, and I'm assuming that he's going to rest on, like, the last turn possible. Like, the last possible turn is when he's going to go for the rest, because, you know, that would just be the best way to go. I'm also running low on Synthesis at this point. The power points for it is only 8, and I believe I've gone through like 6 of them. I remember at one point I think I had like 1 left going onward into the game. But we just continue onwards, just hitting up the Synthesis while he's hitting up the Shadow Claws. And I'm like, all right, here I did here I ran some calcs. I was like, wow, I don't kill him even at this low because I'm burned. This is so unfortunate. So I gotta go through more synthesis. So I just keep on healing up. Well, he's gonna go for that beautiful Shadow Claw. Boom. Did not get the crit. It didn't really matter though, to be honest. And so here, I believe he's finally in range to be taken out. Yeah, he's finally in range. And so there I was like, alright, well I guess I'm just gonna go for Seed Bomb and take him out. I don't know if he had rest on his set. I can't tell you to be sure. But he should have gone for it earlier if he did. Because a +6 type null, that would have put me in a really bad spot. Also, that thing is super bulky, what the heck? So he brings out Bubbles the Azumarill, and I kinda do some misplays here, but we'll talk about that in a minute. We go for Will-O-Wisp here, just to get the burn off, and surprisingly, I got it, so that was good. And then he goes for a Belly Drum, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of setup on your squad, dude. Like, that's a lot. Either way, cut the zone attack, maximizes HP, Citrus Berry pops, surprise, surprise. Also known as not a surprise whatsoever. We do get our leftovers recovery. Man, I am just tired. This is a long battle. It felt long, too. Either way. So he's at +6 now, and I'm like, alright, you know what? You can just have Pumpkin. You deserve it. I'll go for a Seed Bomb here to try to get some damage off, and then I'll let you do your thing. So, as you can see, he goes for a knockoff, and that is going to clean take me out. So here's where the mistakes kind of started happening for me. They're not too big, but really I just, again, because of some prior jokes, which you've probably seen at this point, I was trying to get Machamp as many knockouts as possible. So here I thought I would live because I forgot that I was only at 34 HP. But once I decided to switch him in, it was kind of too late to do anything about it because I couldn't really spend any more Pokemon by switching out. I'll explain what I should have done after this, but either way. So Machamp goes down, the Azumarill takes it. I drop down the Psychic Surge, which I should have done first, because now there's no priority. He can't go for Aqua Jet anymore. And we go for a Psychic, because we do, and that takes out the Azumarill very easily. There you can see him going down. And then the Lola Bunny comes out, still though, no priority, so Fake Out cannot be a thing. And from there, we are Choice Scarf to be faster than the Lopunny. So we go for that, and down she goes. And that's all she wrote for the game, ladies and gentlemen. Good game to Casey. That one was a good one. Remember to eat your protein, kids. But yeah, looking back at the fight, it was kind of weird because Casey had like a lot of setup on his team. It was like, what? It was the Mew, the Type Null, the Azumarill. I can't remember if there's anything else. Either way, 3 setup Pokemon, that's a lot. I just feel like you might have benefited from having other move slots. Either way, that was how that one went. What I should have done in the turn of Machamp with Azumarill is I should, instead of switching into Machamp right away, I should have switched into Tapu Lele to drop down the Psychic Terrain, then switched out to Garchomp and given him up as a sacrifice, and then switched back in to Machamp because I did outspeed the Azumarill, and then I could kill with the Cross Chop, die to the Lopunny, then bring in Tapu Lele and get the finishing kill. For maximum memeage, that's what I should have done, but I messed up. Either way. Good game to Casey. We're 4-0 now, so that's awesome. This week, I believe we play against Ted and the Glades, so I'm interested in that match. He's got my boy wheezing it. I'm super salty about it. Alright. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.